Hello everyone, my name is Yutaka Kubo. Welcome back to EAP1. This is our week 3. There are 3 things we are going to do today. First, I'm going to explain how to format written work in academic English writing. Second, I will have you work in pairs to review each other's homework paragraph. And then third, I'm going to introduce you to what clustering and outlining are. Through this, I hope you will be able to 1. Understand the importance of formatting written work in accordance with instructions, and 2. Be able to evaluate another student's writing in terms of paragraph structure and formatting. Both objectives are equally important, yet the second objective is part of helping you refine your own writing through analyzing the structure of writing by other people. Before moving on to the first part of today's lecture, I need to explain the content of the midterm assignment that is due next week. For the midterm assignment, students need to produce a standalone listing order paragraph. The length should be 140 to 170 words. The aim of this assignment is to assess how well students can organize their own text using a topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentence, as well as their use of listing order signal words. For this midterm assignment, I've decided that we are all going to write on skills required for a particular job. You can choose a job of your interest and write freely under this topic. In order to write a full, well-structured paragraph, you need to organize your thoughts by making an outline for your paragraph. In class, we are going to have some time for writing an outline for your midterm assignment. And you need to work on your paragraph based on that outline and complete it as midterm homework. Your midterm assignment should be typed on a computer and formatted appropriately, so we will look at how it should be done shortly. The midterm assignment paragraph should be submitted at the beginning of class in week 4. This time, I ask you to print out your midterm assignment before the class and bring it to the class. Okay, so now please open your textbook and turn to page 8. From page 8 to page 11, we are going to learn the basic format of academic writing. So before we start looking at the format, I'd like to ask what the 3 essential parts of a paragraph are. Yes, the 3 essential parts of a paragraph are a topic sentence, supporting sentences, and a concluding sentence. Learning a correct paragraph format also means that we learn how to put those 3 essential parts of a paragraph in order. Okay, so from pages 8 to 9, you can see the paragraph format for handwriting. And from pages 10 to 11, the textbook shows you the paragraph format for work done on a computer. Since you have opportunities for both handwriting and writing on a computer throughout EAP 1 to EAP 4, I'm going to introduce you to both formats today. As you can see on the page 8, there are 7 essential parts of formatting for handwritten work. The paper, the ink, the heading, the title, the paragraph, margins, and spacing. This textbook is written for students in college and university in English-speaking countries. Therefore, there are some modifications that we need to make. For example, please take a look at the paper. It says use 8.5-inch by 11-inch lined paper with 3 holes. The holes should be on your left side as you write on one side of the paper only. This size is usually categorized as letter size, but it's not the common size for papers that students in Japan usually use. So if you're using loose leaf, make sure you buy A4 size loose leaf for English writing if you must submit something in paper. The ink. Use black or dark blue ink only. Do not use pencil. In Japan, students use pencils or technical pencils for writing, but if you study abroad, you may notice that students often use pens when writing papers and taking exams. So you just need to change depending on what context you are writing the paper in or for. The heading. Write your full name in the upper left corner in the wide unlined area at the top of the page. Under it, write the course name and number. Below that, write the date the assignment is due in order month, day, year, with a comma after the day. The title. Center the title of your paragraph on the first line, as you can see on the page 9. The paragraph. Skip one line after the title. Remember to indent the first word about a half-inch from the left margin. Here, indent means to leave some space at the beginning of the line. Margins. Leave 1 inch. 1 inch is about 2.5 cents, 2.5 センチ on the left and right sides of the paper. Also, leave 1 inch margin at the bottom of the page. This empty space is necessary for your instructor or your peers to write comments. Spacing. Leave a blank line between each line of writing. You and your teacher can use this space for corrections, comments, and revisions. Now, please turn to pages 10 and 11 on page format for work done on a computer. Just like the format for handwritten work, there are also the same 7 essential parts for writing on a computer, except for the ink replaced by the font. We usually use Microsoft Word included as part of Microsoft 365 offered by the university. For the paper, it says use 8.5-inch by 11-inch white paper, but for this course, you just need to use A4 size paper. For the font, use a standard font style and size such as Times New Roman font, 12-point font. Do not use underlining, italics, or bold type to emphasize words. It is not correct style in academic writing. For the heading, type your full name in the upper left corner. On the next line, type the course number. On the third line, type the date the assignment is due in the order month, day, year, with a comma after the day. The title. Skip one line after the heading. Type your title and then center it using the centering icon on your word processing program. The paragraph. Skip one line after the title and start typing on the next line. Indent the first word by using the tab key on your keyboard. Indent means to leave some space at the beginning of the line. Type your paragraph without entering line breaks at the end of each line. The computer will do this automatically. Only enter a line break at the end of the paragraph. So when you want to move on to another paragraph, enter a line break. Margins. Leave a 1-inch margin on the left and right margins. So 1 inch again is about 2.5 センチ. Spacing. Double space your paragraph. So for double spacing, please remember what we did in the classroom. Okay, now, so in class, I asked you to pair up with other students and review each other's homework for worksheet 3. But now I'm moving on to next part of this lecture. Please open the page 35 of your textbook. Here you will learn clustering, which is a technique before writing that allows you to brainstorm and develop your ideas with the help of a diagram called a cluster. In other words, you come up with lots of ideas centering around the topic and then plan how to organize your paragraph. So here it is. Prepare a piece of paper. It's better to work on a paper rather than on a computer. Begin by writing your topic in the middle of your paper. Draw a circle around the topic. Then think of ideas around the topic and connect them with lines to the main circle, as you can see on the page 35. It usually helps if you set up a time limit, like 5 minutes or so. For instance, you come up with as many ideas as possible in a very short period of time. And also, do not worry if whatever ideas you come up with is good or not. Never stop moving your pen until the alarm goes off. Here on the page 35, you see the picture of cluster 1. The topic here is good flight attendance that we saw in the week 2 lecture. The topic is placed at the center in circle, and there are 6 ideas around this topic. Next, turn to page 36. Think about the word or phrase in each circle and add ideas that are related to. As before, draw circles around each idea and draw lines to connect those ideas. From these clusters or groups of circles, you can begin to see which ideas to use for your paragraph or paper and which ideas to delete. Keep the clusters that have the most ideas and cross out the ones that didn't produce related ideas. Before moving to page 56, please look at the lower part of the page 37 that explains listing order paragraphs. When you write a paragraph, it is your job to think about how to best organize the ideas to present them to your readers. A well-organized paragraph is easy to read and understand because the ideas are in a recognizable pattern. For the midterm assignment, you must write a listing order paragraph. Listing order is one of the patterns that writers often use in English writing. In a listing order paragraph, you divide the topic into separate points. In the paragraph, you discuss one point and then another point and then a third point and so on. 3 keys to writing a listing order paragraph are, as you can see on the page 37. 1. Begin with a topic sentence that names the topic and says it has several points. 2. Write about or list each point separately by using transition signals such as first, second, and third. Third, end with a concluding sentence that reminds the reader about the points just discussed in your paragraph. Now, please turn to page 56 and 57. Here, we are going to learn what outlining means. In the section on clustering, we saw how clustering helps you get ideas about the topic. Once you have your ideas, you can use another pre-writing technique known as outlining to help you organize them. Here is the outline created from the edited cluster about good flight attendants on page 36. Unlike clustering, you may work on outlining with your computer, but it's probably easier with handwriting on the paper if you are not used to typing on the keyboard. When outlining your ideas, place the topic as the title. Below that, write down a topic sentence with an indication that tells how many points this paragraph will discuss around the topic. So for instance, on page 56, it says, good flight attendants have 3 important characteristics. So as the reader, we are able to tell that this writer will tell us 3 important characteristics. If you're writing about 3 ideas, write down first, second, and third points in order, and at the bottom of your paper, write down a concluding sentence. In this case, on the page 56, it says, in short, good flight attendants are friendly, self-confident, and strong. And now I want you to look at the writing tip on the page 57. It says, when you make an outline, try to make the main points A, B, C, and so on grammatically the same, all adjectives, all nouns, all verb phrases, or all sentences. So again, please go back to page 56 and look at the 3 points that this writer tries to make. Here you see A, friendly, B, self-confident, C, physically strong. So as you saw in the writing tip on page 57, these all 3 points are adjectives. So try to keep the main points in the same hinshi. Okay, so for the next week, as I mentioned earlier, your midterm assignment is to write a correctly formatted standalone listing order paragraph on the outline produced in class. The topic should be skills required for a particular job. The paragraph must be 140 to 170 words in length. This word limit does not include your name, the name of the course, and the date. It should just count the title and the paragraph only. Please print out your paragraph and bring it to the class next week. If you have any questions, feel free to send me any emails. Thank you very much for your great work today, and see you all next week.